I'm a Brewfessional.
I'm a Brewfessional.
She's a Brewfessional.
And she's a Brewfessional.
Script game impeccable.
Them script game impeccable.
Them yacht funds so plentiful.
You know things so plentiful.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
Young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
Just young and Brewfessional.
Just young and Brewfessional.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Big Brewfessionals.
Get out your butt sack, buddy.
Yeah. You back. You back.
And we like to welcome you back. We y'all know we give YAHUAH the esteem first. So
All esteem to YAHUAH.
Welcome to the brew spot. I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite and on your co-host Script Flow. Woo! A 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And y'all know here, man. Y'all know the motto: 2 muscles up.
So,
2 muscles up. Big Brew support. If you support your brothers and sisters, put 2 muscles up, man. Make sure you flex. Make sure you flex if you holding them up, man. We at Playback Sounds, man. Make sure shout out to Big Bro Luz.
Shout out.
Your doctors on the 1 and 2s.
Doctor in the house.
Make sure you go check out playbacksounds.com for all those quality service needs. Not only is the quality, not only is the sound quality, it's
Also in your budget.
Make sure you go to playbacksounds.com again, man. Repeat that again, playbacksounds.com, and check out all of them quality services that they offer, man.
Thanks.
shout out.
And that definitely gonna have a good price for you.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. What we gonna be going into today is love is correction.
Love is correction.
Love is correction. Now a lot of people have their a whole bunch of definitions about love. Like actually, if we pulled up the Google definition of love, you will see but they got this like 3-4 paragraphs
Fast, huh?
of the different types of love you can have. but we gonna go over one love that is solid. And one thing I'm gonna ask is this one question that we're gonna ask: do you want to be loved like a mighty one?
Oh,
Right? Or do you want to just be loved like a mere beast? You know?
Wow.
Which one?
That sounds interesting.
Because you know a dog. All you gotta do is pat his head and give him a bowl of water and a bowl of food.
And he good.
He good. Gonna protect the house with his life and everything. But for a man and a woman, it takes a little more.
Thanks.
So for them to feel a little satisfied. So,
a little more than a little kibble now.
So we gonna get into that when we get into this first segment.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Ooh. Y'all already know, man. It's your favorite, Yeah. It's just the E5 ringing in the mic, you feel? Burn 'em up, miss. Brothers. Yeah. 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 Little boy grew to doing big scripts now. Little servant finally got a big shift now. Headed to the kingdom on the trip right now. Never too much on the chip right now. Little boy grew to doing big scripts now. Little servant finally got a big shift now. Headed to the kingdom on the trip right now. Never too much on the chip right now. If they ain't heard what YAHUAH do, let me adjust my volume. World gonna know the law soon. Clean up man brought a vacuum. They hated serving for a few facts. Couple on devil 2 whack. Walk the words now the root back. What you couldn't gotta chew that. You with the fool and you don't know me. You say you fam what a dough key. Strangers always get a no-go. Won't trip my brother with a low blow. Lift them up, lift them up. Keep the goodness in the front row. Juiced up but I'm sober. Kept my eye on the punch bowl. No surrender what I live by. We grill a devil like a ribeye. Indirect, get no reply. I treat a coward like the knee high. Overlook, I'm gonna see you. Hey, this a brew to catch the preview. Now we're straight with no miscue. Once you in and no redo. Putting in, never draw out. With my brothers, never fall out. YAHUAH only on my call out. Bags of righteous, just the free house. what you know about. So bright, make your eye pop. Little boy grew to doing big scripts now. Little servant finally got a big shift now. Headed to the kingdom on the trip right now. Never too much on the chip right now. Little boy grew to doing big scripts now. Little servant finally got a big shift now. Headed to the kingdom on the trip right now. Never too much on the chip right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Lil' boy grew to doing big scripts now. Lil' servant finally got a big shift now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Lil' boy grew to doing big scripts now. Lil' servant finally got a big shift now.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your host, it's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite arc.
And I'm your co-host, Mishpat. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, bitch. And I'm your co-host, Script Flare. Woo! 613 split it ass from above. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And you back in this thing, man. Shout out, man, to the Wave 613. Kizom, you feel me? For all your manna needs, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about big bread, you know, no morsels, you know what I'm talking about? Big bread, you feel me? Man, shout out to mindcultureforever.com, man, for all your righteous music needs, man. My brother got that thing going crazy. All esteem to YAHUAH, man. You know what I'm saying? Something you can listen to with your grandmama, your mama, they mama, your kids, everybody, you know what I mean? Big facts, man. Shout out 613 Splash for all your righteous threads, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Home of the $180 suit.
Man, home of the $180 suits. You know what I'm saying? For you brews with flavor, you feel me? All esteem to YAHUAH, man.
Shout out to YV, man, too. YAHUAH Vision.
Oh, fact. Shout out to YV, man. YAHUAH Vision. Shout out, man. Shout out to Fitness Forever.
Yep.
Fitness Forever. Shout out Forever Fitness.
King of the platform.
Fact. Shout out, man. Shout out
True Water Solutions.
Shout out True Water Solutions. Brothers.
And that boy YAHUAH the jeweler.
Man, shout out YAHUAH the jeweler, man. Go check him out, man. He got some nice little bling on the scene, man. You feel me, man? Shout out Playback Sounds, man. Ear Doctor on the ones and twos, man. You feel me? Shout out Big Lou's. You know, we at Lou's spot. You feel me? Shout out. So I'm gonna jump straight into this thing. Y'all already know my section. You know what I'm saying? Just a little blessing. You feel me? All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem.
Okay, so we're talking about love is correction. So the definition of correction is the action or process of correcting someone, okay? And the definition of love is an intense feeling of deep affection, all right? So YAHUAH knows that correction can discourage and dishearten us. So he explains the purpose of correction and his motive for correcting us to help us see from his perspective. He loves us even more than a human father loves his children. As a human father sets boundaries to protect and help his children grow into responsibility and successful adults, YAHUAH corrects out of love to help prepare us to inherit eternal life in his family. Without the correction, we would continue to choose the way that proceeds misery. We would not change and wouldn't be prepared to live a lawful and joyful life forever. Now I got one little chip, you know what I mean? One small little manna chip, you know, I don't do that too much. You know, they don't call me Script Flare Roof or nothing, you know what I mean? It just ain't all giggles and things, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I got that Hebrews 12:11.
Okay.
Now, no chastising for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
That's right.
Okay? So love is correction. Correcting your people is love.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want them to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Like, that's why you see a lot of these kids spoiled.
Facts, huh?
Because they get affection for a wrong act versus the correction.
Right.
So when you show somebody some love after they done wrong, shoot, what did they receive?
Ooh, facts.
So they got the affection,
Facts.
a compliment.
instead of the correction.
Boy, you so bad, I'm about to buy you this PlayStation 4.
And them new J's.
And the new J. You so bad.
Sheesh.
You been so disobedient. I'm just gonna let you go to the fair today. You been so disobedient. Here go all my money.
Facts, huh?
So they'll continue to be disobedient. So YAHUAH not playing it.
Facts.
You get affection when you correct it.
Facts.
If you can take the correction, you can handle the affection.
Right.
If I can't correct you, I'm not gonna give you no affection.
Facts.
That's what it said. It's like you got to be able to take both, because both of them are love. I don't want you to hurt yourself, so I'm not gonna encourage you to hurt yourself.
Facts.
So if I see you doing something that you should not be doing, I'm not gonna encourage you to keep doing it if I know it's gonna hurt you. So I'm gonna be cold to you on that direction, because if you respect me enough to where I can make you feel bad or do something like that, then if I feel a certain type of way, you're gonna feel a certain type of way. That's as a child.
Maybe
you know
you'll change then.
That's right.
Facts.
Versus me having to pick up a belt and have to tear you up for doing it because now you don't move my hand.
Right.
Some things are your responsibility.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Some things are your responsibility. Now with a child, the rod of correction is definitely needed, because that's a child.
Right.
But with an adult, it's still a rod of correction, but it's the words.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? This is the measurement right here. These scriptures is that rod that spank you inside though.
Right.
It spank them inside. So you look at the word correction, or mean to correct or be correct or to be corrected, which means that correction doesn't come unless you're doing something wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you're doing something wrong. So if we're correcting you because you're doing something wrong, then you have to see this a particular thing. Like with football, you know what I'm saying? A wide receiver is not practicing on his dunking skills. That's two different sports, two different things. You feel what I'm saying? You literally have to, if you're being corrected, it depends on what arena you in. If you're actually trying to serve YAHUAH and be a righteous man, then if you're doing something particular of the world, then it says that you're not. This looks nothing like the world. Anyone who loves the world hates YAHUAH, and anyone who loves YAHUAH hates the world. It's two different things. They do not look alike. Now, just because you got a couple threads, a cotton shirt out with look, see, that's nothing.
Facts.
Because really the dreadlocks, the locks, the clothes we're wearing, we actually gave this stuff a bad taste in everyone's mouth. So imagine if the nicest person in the world was the one who wore his hat to the back.
Facts.
Then people would love the guy with the hat to the back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But see, the fact that he's out there acting up, carrying a pistol, serving, doing all this, now this appearance that you see today is stereotype.
Right.
Even our people. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be in a robe, in a turban.
They got gold teeth.
But all of this stuff is actually mentioned in the scriptures.
Facts.
With Mashiach, when you look at him, if he was in a long robe, a long sheet, or a makeshift garment out there, right? Yelling in the streets, people would know who he was. Right. Everybody would know. Why would the guards have to run up on him and then say, well, kiss the one who it is?
Who is it?
Right. And then we'll know he the one. Because he actually blended in. If we run out there looking like that, oh yeah. See, set apartness come from within.
Bullet.
That's right. Not me screaming at you, tell you that you gonna actually do what you have to do from the sight of it. People gonna start to see the reward from actually doing righteousness.
Facts.
Now when you see this and see us dressing and you see YAHUAH actually rewarding it, the thing that you can't do is get envious and jealous.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's literally supposed to prove to you that there's a living power, and he's definitely a helping hand to those who are in support of his Torah.
Facts.
If you in support of my Torah, I'm in support of you in whatever you got going on.
Facts.
So this is what the Brewfessionals and the culture and everything is supposed to show you. That there's really a living power that will help you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, who we depend on.
Yeah, we're not saying that boasting and bragging on ourselves like, oh, we worked in so many years and yeah, all due to YAHUAH. That ain't what we saying.
Nah.
That's not what we saying at all. We saying that we clocked out of the world and clocked in for YAHUAH, and this is what happened. This is what happened. So literally, like, a righteous man more excellent than his neighbor. To be excellent mean that you went out and searched out how to do it.
Bullet.
So when you searching out how to do it, that's what makes you more excellent.
Facts, huh?
Because you're excelling in your job.
Facts.
You know how to do your job. On your first day of work, somebody can tell it's your first day. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
But on but when you on your 5th year, it's hard to tell. You know, it's hard to be like, how long you been here? Some people think, but you must have been doing this forever. At the end of 5 years, at the end of doing something every single day, you get better and better at it. See, people quit at the sign of the correction. Nah, you can't do that.
Bullet.
Oh, but I like to do that. But you have to deny your flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So we reading these words that's telling us how to become perfect to YAHUAH, but we would rather be perfect to man. And you can never be perfect to man.
Right.
Look, it could be, you can love the world. Look at him looking like a thug.
They still going.
Look at him. Look, it said Mashiach came eating and drinking. They call him the devil.
Facts.
And a drunk. They call him a drunkard. A wine bibber. John the Immerser, YAHUAH the Immerser, or John the Baptist came not eating nor drinking with them folks. He wasn't even with the public in the center. He was out there in the wilderness somewhere. And they still had something to say about him.
Oh, that boy a demon too.
A devil.
Yeah,
What's wrong with him? Oh, he don't like his people. He don't like his people.
Sheesh.
But we're gonna get back to that other shit.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Oh. Yeah. Yo. Y'all already know how it burn up, man. Got that temp real nice for you. Burn them up, miss. Yeah, brothers. Oh. It's your favorite out. Yeah. Not only with physical, look at the battle, it really is spiritual. As long as YAHUAH is pleased, don't let these nothings belittle you. I stay on my biblical, make the word visible, devils are miserable. I show what this tiller do. The goal is alive. I live by that fight. My ears on my eyes. Won't go for them lies. Only live for the side. So I'm never surprised. On the post look alive. Keep the rule by my side. Stay true to my master. I used to be wrong when I listened to pastor. Had to get out them shackles and turn from my way. I was hustling backwards. Now straight to the kingdom. I gotta look cleaner. That changed my demeanor. Not just a believer, my brother keeper. I know the redeemer. That toward the coolest. You talk against Torah, consider that foolish. Even though it's so bruising, you know I still spit for the low like it's mucus. YAHUAH the ruler, he picking me up everywhere like a ooh. Don't do the intruder, the willing need they getting fewer and fewer. Don't go for the anything, youngin' got standards, YAHUAH my everything. I pray for a heavy brain, then on the way with the heavy chains. Yeah, this that imperial, came out the mineral, building material. That law was criteria, taught me the rope, now I'm all managerial. I'm going hard, that's the only setting on the mainframe, bro. Seeing equal abomination, that's the only name for it, bro. Brothers talking that script, but when we gon' change over though? Bang all on each other, but we let the main shooter go. Not only with physical, look at the battle, it really is spiritual. As long as YAHUAH is pleased, don't let these nothings belittle you. I stay on my biblical, make the word visible, devils are miserable. I show what this tiller do. The goal is alive. I live by that fight. My ears on my eyes. Won't go for them lies. Only live for the side. So I'm never surprised. by my side? Who by my side? Ooh.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite And I'm your co-host, Script Flip. Woo! Woo! 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And I'm your co-host, Mitch Pot. Burn 'em up, Mitch.
Burn 'em up, Mitch.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to
You
YAHUAH.
back at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to mycultureforever.com.
Shout out.
Go get that Culture Forever for and all your righteous music needs.
Ooh,
Shout out to 613splash.com for them righteous threads, them streams
out.
with benefits.
Ooh.
Shout out to the way613.com if you're looking for some righteous content.
Okay.
Go check out our latest magazine, The Breaking Generational Curses, and be looking out for the next one too. Shout out to King of the Platform, Bless the Gym.
Shout out.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
shout out.
True Water Solutions.
Shout out.
Shout out to YAHUAH Visions.
Shout
YB
out.
Slim.
YB Slim.
YB Slim.
And you back at the brew spot. And we going into my segment. The perspective. I'm going into the perspective of correction is love. And that's the perspective of the world and perspective of YAHUAH.
That's right.
And the perspective from the world, they don't view love from a corrective standpoint, but from a complimented standpoint. As you said earlier, it's like, for example, it's a man in the world who they'll call a hit man and a man in the world who they'll call gay. But the hit man, they'll tell him that he just trying to feed his family. And the gay man, they say he just happy and looking for love.
Facts.
But from YAHUAH, it's a corrective standpoint because, those things right there don't bring peace within the community.
Absolutely.
So he gonna correct them on them actions, but they don't want to hear that. So like the scriptures say, they heap up to themselves teachers for their itching ears to hear what they want to hear.
Absolutely.
Facts. Bullets.
To deter YAHUAH's standpoint.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that they can keep on eating them fruits.
Facts.
Right.
See, because they're getting rewarded for their deeds
Right.
from their master.
Facts.
Which means, like you said, the worldly perspective, a hit man and a gay man is part of the world.
Facts.
So he's going to get his rewards.
That's right.
The gay man is going to get the job before a straight man do.
Right.
And the hit man is definitely going to get the job before
Bullet.
Facts.
But
Right.
let me open up today, man. It's just that love. I gotta really okay. So he just read one Webster definition, which was the intense feeling of deep affection.
Facts.
You see how love is only compared to the affection. Let's go down a little bit.
Okay.
It says a deep romantic or sexual attachment to someone.
Oh, whoa.
Affectionate greetings conveyed to someone on one's behalf. A formula for ending an affectionate letter.
Oh.
A personified figure of love, often represented as Cupid.
Sheesh.
A great interest
How many?
and pleasure in something. A person or a thing that one loves.
Sheesh.
That ain't even a definition.
What is that?
Now see, this is the
Oh, man.
you see. Okay, now let's go to I'm gonna go to 1 John, right? 1 John, and that's what 3 and 4. Okay, no, not 3 and 4.
Chips.
4 and 3, ain't it? Let's see. 1 John, we'll go right there. You see which one I want to do. Okay, no. 1 John 5 and I think 5 and 3. Okay, that's what I think it is. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. 5 and 3. 1 John 5 and 3. And it says, "For this is the love of YAHUAH." Okay, so it's saying that this is the love of YAHUAH. So remember we just went into the Webster and
Right.
it just gave you all these definitions.
Facts.
See, but okay, that was the definition of the world, as Mishpat was saying,
Right.
as Burn 'em Up was saying. That's the perspective of the world. Freely
Right.
everybody do a Cupid running around shooting everybody with arrows,
Right.
and everybody is affectionate, all
Like it's
affectionate
just
and
many
full of
ways to
passion.
love.
That's right. As long as you loving what you're doing is love. Don't care if it hurts somebody else or disrespects anybody else or brings confusion. It's just love. I love what I'm doing and get out my business. If you was the only
Shit.
person in this world, that would make sense. But you're not. So it said, "For this is the love of YAHUAH, that we keep his commandments and his commandments are not grievous. Okay?
Bullet.
Message.
Okay, so
Message.
when we see that love for him is keeping his commandments.
Facts.
Okay? Matter of fact, hold on, let's just read 4.
Uh-oh.
Let's just read 4, just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of it. It says, for whatsoever is born of Yahuwah overcometh the world.
Whoa.
And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
Sheesh.
Is it
Bullets.
Is this the type of love it's talking about? See, if love overcomes all, what love do? The law, statutes, and commandments. That's the only type of love that overcometh the world.
Bullets.
The love of the world. You see how the world does not even have a specific lane to love?
Facts.
You wouldn't even know who loving you unless they showing you affection.
Right.
Now, why you think people can't take correction? Because the world is not saying that that's love.
Facts.
See, correction is a form of love. When your children get out of order and you whoop them, you're not beating them to kill them or do anything. You're trying to say, like, I'll pop you.
Right.
So you'll try to make them scared of the belt versus, you know what I'm saying, not having no fear and go out there and another person ain't gonna hit them with a belt. They gonna hit them with that pistol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or hit them with that billy club.
Facts.
And then you gonna be in that courthouse crying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts, I can.
Wanting justice for your baby. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really understand that correction is a form of love, not no beat you down correction or tear you down, but the point of correction where I see you in your position and where you're trying to go, and this is the best for your advancement. This is the best for your advancement, where you're at right now.
Right.
But if you seem to drop below that, it's for me to remind you where you belong. If you was a brother, if this is a brother like it says that we are a kingdom of priests, then I have to remind my brother who is acting below his priestly self. You get what I'm saying? You gotta pull them back to their position. So the only way to pull them back up is to make them feel terrible about the position that they in.
Right.
Like your father would do or a brother would do. When you walked in on your little brother and he doing something crazy, you be like, well, you crazy. Well, you know we weren't raised like that.
Right.
So Mashiach can tell you, like, bro, we weren't raised like that. This ain't what we do. If you saying that you belong in the Father's house, then why are you conducting yourself in that manner? Sis, if you truly are a dozy, why are you dressing like that?
Bullet.
Why are you conducting yourself in that manner?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you really a princess, if you somebody of royalty, why are you doing what the bottom feeders do? Or why are you doing everything that the common folk do? Is a princess is common within the common people? She's not. A princess is not within the common people. A prince is not with the common people. That's not this. So their behaviors are also not common to the common people. They are the example that sit in the front. That's what makes them royal.
Right.
Because of the set apart ways that they do have, the way they know how to conduct themselves as royalty. So we're gonna have to become that before we can say that we are that. Only thing that we're doing right now, see, we want somebody, the affection part. You a prince. You a princess. Don't let nobody tell you different.
You chosen.
You chosen. Okay, where they chosen? How you know they chosen? It ain't even no fruits. It ain't even no fruits to let you know that they chosen.
You just scream, we the people.
We the people.
Fact,
so even if we're the people, it's still a sifting out phase. It's still a sifter. It's still somebody that's gonna put that wheat and shift out that fine grain. Still gonna be somebody who's sifting out that fine grain for them. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of these chunks, the one that got that leaven in them, see, when you shake all that powder off, you know what I'm saying, that fine flour, you're gonna find them chunks where that flour have formed around it. You feel what I'm saying? And when you start to see where it shipped off, you start to see it shake off, but you see a lump. It's a lot of lumps. It's a person has a lot of lumps in themselves. They don't allow the Most High to sift, or they don't allow, or as the woman says, she don't allow her husband to sift. You feel what I'm saying? Just as the man don't let Mashiach allow the Mashiach to sift.
Bullets.
Or able to pull it from out. See, a person with understanding can pull it out of you. If you see a way in your brother or your sister and you see it, you be like, hey, that ain't it. That'll keep you out the kingdom. It's not for them to, you did this 2 weeks ago. You did this. Right. That's not where it's at. Because if I did something 2 weeks ago and you didn't correct me, you ain't seeing.
Right.
You should have told me 2 weeks ago than trying to cut me at the legs now and share what I did 2 weeks ago. So you'll let your brother sin and let your brother be in violation to YAHUAH to give you some sense of satisfaction right now? To win an argument? But you just as low as me. Because you sat there and let me do it. And the law states that if you seen it, if you witnessed it, you heard it, and you did not tell them, the blood is on your head too.
Right.
You better get to repenting. That's the goal. It's not supposed to keep a man out of his position. A woman always supposed, she see her husband slipping up by this area. Hey, bro, you got to get back in your man seat. It's not for her to try to throw his size 13s on. That looks silly.
Thanks.
You wear 6, he wear 13. That looks silly. You look like a clown.
Thanks.
That's the truth. You got to put them 13 back on his feet.
Bullet.
Cause you fit these yours. You got to get this family up out of here, boy.
Thanks.
Nobody doing that for that brother. Tearing them down. You ain't no man of YAHUAH. I can do it too.
Thanks.
We tearing each other down, man. See, but nobody wants the correction.
Right.
So we supposed to give affection to that.
Sheesh.
We'll get back to it on the next one.
Facts.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Have you ever felt lost and lonely?
Classic. Woo.
As though you've lost your way.
Now we found though.
If it makes you feel better,
If it make you feel
there
better,
are millions of people
all around the world now.
who feel the same
We love
way.
it. Yeah. Ain't got a bit of rocket ship to go and get the knowledge, done working degrees, but I dropped out of college, school of the hard knock, and then a kick though, took a long road, like an info, had no glow, but we had dough, tryna cop son, Eddie Winslow, money can't buy you the everlast, the place where we go not accepting cash. My old self is dying daily. Stay in the water, I'm in the Navy. Yes or no life, I don't do the maybe. Y'all get the credit, cause that's who made me. Try with the fire, I call it bathing. My mustard seed planted, I see amazing. Food for the mind, I be knowledge craving. I study the power, yeah. You feeling me? You digging me? Are you feeling me? You digging me? I was sitting right there where you sitting, young man, are you kidding me? For these writings, these people won't stop me from running like misery. I don't think they got a clue. I gonna pocket the cute. I'd rather die by the rules rather than bury the black. Pay my wages and leave. Now that's how I scratch. Telephone in my soul, YAHUAH the only one calling my jack. Facts.
Have you ever felt lost and lonely?
Classic.
As though you've lost your way. If it makes you feel better, there are millions of people.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And I'm your co-host, Skrill Flair. Woo! 613 split it ash. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And I'm your host. It's your favorite out, beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite art.
Shout out to Playback Sound, man. Big Bro News.
Shout out.
It out on the ones and twos.
Shout out.
Man, y'all know, man. We appreciate Big Bro them always. Ed Bruiser.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the 613 Splash.com.
Split ash.
Shout out.
Man, shout out to the Wave613.com.
Shout out.
Mind Culture Forever.
Shout out. Shout out.
KOTP.com.
Shout out.
True Water Solution, man. You can .com
Brothers.
from everybody, man.
Brothers.
YAHUAH Vision, man. YV Slim, man. You
Brothers.
feel me, man? Shout out to YV Slim, man. That's who put these things together, man. Definitely have this. So YAHUAH inspire a lot around us.
Brothers.
We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it, man. And y'all know who y'all looking at now, man. The urban servants.
Brothers.
Brothers.
Hey, professionally brew. We did professional love givers. You hear me? Professional love givers. You hear me? Feel you up. Yeah, man. But what we going over today is correction is love.
Facts.
And as we were talking about before we left off on the second segment, the tearing down.
Right.
And correction is not tearing down. You know what I'm saying? If you make a correction to anything, it would not be destroying the value, but it would actually be making the value worth more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just like if a person seen an old vehicle they were working on and they made some corrections to it, it would not look the same. You know what I'm saying? So literally, like, you have to, with YAHUAH, he found you as this ran down vessel that the world ran down. And he made some corrections to it because he seen that it had potential. You know what I'm saying? But it just needs some minor work.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So he gave the minor work, and then just to see how it works.
Facts.
Now check, some of these things is a hit or miss. You can go out there and find something, and you will probably fix it, but it lasts only for a small bit.
Facts.
And then you have to just jump. You have to get rid of it because it just keep going out. You know what I'm saying? Or you can find this thing and make the corrections, and it lasts for the rest of the time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever you need it, it's still dependable. That's how we are.
Facts.
When he find these things and find us as tore down vessels and decide to put that tender love and care into us. You know what I'm saying? Some people forget about it and work. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just start working. And some never forget and always want to be used by their owner. You feel what I'm saying? All the esteem to you. So really, with the correction, it's supposed to be something that puts more value on the person.
Right. Upgrade.
Upgrade. You never tear them down, because if you're tearing them down with the scriptures, that's clearly what the scripture's not talking about.
Right.
Tearing down. Only he tears down, builds up. You know what I'm saying? Plant. You know what I'm saying? Plant, pull up, different things like that. So that's YAHUAH's job. That has nothing to do with us. See, if we built a house, of course, you can do whatever you need to do with that house, or whatever you built for yourself. But see, man being made for him, he gave us an intellect. Now, him giving us an intellect, now that's the thing that if you give up, truly, if you give it up, you get the best benefits.
Facts.
Because if you give up your mind, or give up your thoughts, or your aspirations and things that you wanted to do, that's not saying that you're finna lose that talent. That's just saying you're gonna do something different with that talent. That's just like a cook. What's the good of a righteous cook if he also cooks shrimp, crab, lobster?
Sheesh.
That goes against his morality. You feel what I'm saying? So now, if he starts to cook kosherly and use that gift to inspire kosher eating to his people, that's a talent that can be used for YAHUAH.
Facts.
Because now this man also has a moral standpoint that where he cares about the overall and not just self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or the money. Because the only reason you see that people do what they do and go outside of the law, statutes, and commandments is because of the money. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's what they ask all the time. How am I make money on the scripts?
Absolutely. That's what, and people, well, you gotta have a job. Well, literally right there, it does. When you say, well, my job was perfect, you be like, facts. So what job did he have? We'll wait. Yeah. TikTok. You gotta show me where he went to go clock in.
Bullet.
Yeah, big old facts. You gotta show me what application he put in, where he signed with. But that's my job. But he said, if you were as me, but if you were me, you would walk as I did.
Right.
So when he say walk as I did, you gotta ask what camp was he in. You know what I'm saying?
Bullet.
You know what I'm saying? No dish.
No dish.
What camp he was in? What job did he have?
Bullet.
Where he clocked up? Where he clocked in at? What was his boss name?
Bullet.
You know what I'm saying? All that. He gave him all these things. He gave him all these answers.
Facts.
He gave him all these answers. He said, I'm only here to do my Father's will. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna stop doing this until he reward me.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So literally, he already told him, I'm not clocking in for you. I'm gonna clock in for YAHUAH. and he's gonna make sure everything's okay. Now, if now the only reason I'm asking what job did he have or do anything like this, because you literally got to go ask, how did he pay his taxes?
That's fast.
How did he pay his taxes if the scriptures don't pay bills?
Bullet.
Ain't rent and stuff taxes?
Fast.
Yeah, it's a luxury tax. You know what I'm saying? But it's a tax because you got to pay to live. Okay, so how did he pay his taxes if scriptures don't pay taxes? The scripts. So literally when people use that and they say that now you can see their disbelief in Mashiach. That your disbelief in the word.
Fast,
People talk it, they read it. You know what I'm saying? See, that's correction. You see how you go and you show how Mashiach walk was, and then when somebody talks about your life or talks about the thing that's being done and the decision that's made, but we in this image, but you start going to talk about the image,
fast,
and people get angry. See, they want affection.
like that's not you.
Man, look,
You're not him.
See, but he says if you the way you treat one of my brethren is how you treat me.
Fast.
He's saying they not no different. We no different.
Fast.
You do it to him, you do it to me. You do it to me, you do it to him. We one and the same.
Bullet.
Because we have chosen to take on his afflictions. We chose to partake in that same cup. So really not running, it said that he didn't even have a place to lay. D-boy trying to buy a house.
Bullet. What are you supposed to do?
See, this is why you better get in your scripts.
You better get in your script.
Stop taking so much affection. Stop letting baby whisper in your ear and play with your lobe.
Bullet.
Go ahead.
All right, we got a question from the internet from @WorriedMom.
Okay.
Okay, the question is, I kicked my son out of the house because he didn't obey the rules. I feel like this is tough love. Did I do the right thing?
Whew.
Oh man.
Okay, Mom. I feel you, Mom.
Man.
Now, now, I know you can't get right back at me, but I gotta just answer it in the manner that it need to be. Okay, so now, if the baby 8 years old,
Right.
nah, you out of order, sis. But if the baby like 16 years old, I feel you.
Fast.
Cause sometimes you have to, as a mother, as a mother, we see that it's hard to raise a young man.
Fast.
See, with just affection, built on just affection, because you see that he would act out. So that sign of tough love with just putting them out there, we still put them out there without a moral sense.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So even though it get put out on the moral sense, then you gotta wait for the repentance or
Right.
to turn away from. So you see the remorse. If there's no remorse in the child, then they're gonna do it again. But if indeed there's some remorse in them and they come back and want to apologize and do that, then
Let them back in.
let them back in.
Right.
But they sometimes that cold air, no coat, no nothing on there.
Nowhere to sleep.
Hey, that'll draw you back in fast.
Fast.
But for some of us, we just want to be in there. But you got to understand that's that man's seed.
Right.
So however that man was, his seed also gonna be. You cannot get past that. You can't get past that. If you 10 times out of 10, we don't know, but if you didn't like the dad, you're not gonna like the children.
Bullet.
That's keeping it all the way factual. You'll say, oh, I love those kids, but then you'll send them out in the world. You got to get out of here by 18. That's no love.
Fast.
Even the scriptures, it takes a man all the way to 20 before he even can have a job
Fast.
in the house of Yahuwah.
Right.
So if Yahuwah saying 20 and we saying 18, who right?
Fast.
See, we saying the scriptures right and man is wrong. So
Right.
so literally like, oh, I love this right now. Just same way you was quick to kick that man out. When he turned 18, you were quick to kick him out too. Didn't
Right.
you do the same to him as his father?
I ain't sis.
See, it's just like that. But see, we got to start learning to take correction. That
Facts.
is not a diss.
That's
That
no
is
diss.
actual facts.
That happened to all of us.
That is actual factual.
That's
My
facts.
mother is a single mother
Fast.
who raised 3 boys
Fast.
and 1 girl. No man around.
Right.
She did the best she could do, But I experienced a lot of jail time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I hurt a lot of women's hearts.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a good example to my community
Facts.
at all. I didn't know how to love no woman. Only thing I knew how to do was play with a woman and destroy her.
Facts.
Destroy her whole thought process, her whole mind about how who her brothers are.
Facts.
So I partook in that. You feel what I'm saying? Without my father being there, man, look, I couldn't take correction from an older brother. I always end up fighting with him. Because I ain't like men yelling at me.
Facts.
When the only thing they were trying to do was send me to school, get me off the block.
Bullet.
You feel me?
Facts.
So it hurt. It hurt. See, but I'm just saying a woman can only do but so much. It's a parenting is a combo.
Right.
It's a 2-part series. It can't be done without them both though.
Facts.
You
You
know
get
what
the
I'm saying?
love and you get the correction.
You're right, you get the affection and correction.
Correction.
Mama try to correct. She got to come in there with a 2x4, a bat, a
Facts.
car part.
Some.
Yeah, try to knock some sissy.
Right.
Pops coming there with just that hand. What I say now? All right, bro.
All right,
you
yeah,
cool.
you're right.
With a switch.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Brothers, we just want them righteous vibes. We just need them righteous vibes. We just kick them righteous vibes. Yeah. We want them righteous vibes only. We need them righteous vibes only. We need them righteous vibes only. We kick them righteous vibes only. Righteous living got me copacetic. Stay away from sweet living like a diabetic. I believe we live forever, yeah, that's right, I said it. You shall receive eternal life, YAHUAH in my genetics. Treating death like straight hair, I can never dread it. They tell me let the folly slide, but I never let it. Devils wanna kill the vibe of a made man. These people want full price for a trade-in. Urban servant, I'm just serving, never slaving. I'm at the table with the fam, bring a in. I'm on a mission for YAHUAH, what are you doing? Chasing ghosts, don't answer questions, now they boo-hooing. Traffic moving out the way like I'm choo-chooing. Rule up pointing out the way, it's the rule. I'm just trying to earn a day, I got life goals. Heavy scripted be the meat, morning night scrolls. We just want them righteous vibes. We just need them righteous vibes. We just kick them righteous vibes, yeah. We want them righteous vibes only. We need them righteous vibes only. We need them righteous vibes only. We kick them righteous vibes only. Vibes only. Vibes only.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn them up, bitch.
Burn 'em up.
And on your co-host, Script Flow. Woo! A 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And I'm your host, it's your favorite eye.
It's your favorite eye.
Beloved YAHUAH. And we here with a little outro, man. We just actually came back from Denver.
Facts.
Chris.
Crazy.
Yeah, we went to Denver, man, on some real business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Met some real brothers up there, man. Shout out to Kaffa for the neighborhood hope dealer. Neighborhood hope dealer.
Neighborhood hope dealer,
And the YAHUAH print. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Man, shout out to the brother in Aurora, Colorado.
Shout out.
to Kaffa, man. Hey, next time it's gonna be a real big thing, man. Just met the brother though, man. Real good people. So you know, YAHUAH always let us run into them. We also went to Detroit and we went to the Detroit Hebrew Gathering. Now shout out. Now that thing was
Shout out D-Town.
Yeah, that thing was exciting up, man. That was it, man. What that feels good.
Feels
Feels good to be a brew, huh?
Man, shout out to Snipes and that boy B.
Shout out.
So we Next stop will be Baltimore.
Be more.
Then after that, we on the West Coast.
Cali.
Then back east again to that NYC.
Sheesh.
We
All the
cruise.
steers
But yeah, y'all stay tuned, man. We'll give out the specific dates and everything while we rolling, so y'all know y'all just keep up with our social media and things like that.
Facts.
All right, man. So we appreciate all the support and all the love, man. Let alone, man, we appreciate family, and that's the thing that we push over here, big family. You did.
Shout out families.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Bye.